What is it about this sport that people love, that draws people to it?
Well, I think that it's easily identifiable. So, when you play basketball, it just feels like you've got to be like 7 feet tall or you can't play at the highest level. Or football, you've got to be 300 pounds or just extremely fast. I mean, when you look at our game, it just comes in all shapes and sizes. And I think it's just something that dads and sons and dads and daughters sons and moms and daughters shared at least at the little league level. So
Mm.
there's an ability to understand what these guys are going through at the highest level, some of the trials and tribulations, and how hard it is. And to watch these guys play at that level, I just feel like everyone has a bit of an understanding when you're standing there in the batter's box, like George Springer, like what's going through your head right there. And and then understanding like they've had, some sort of an experience that they can kind of understand, at least on some granular level, like how exciting that is. And I think that's sort of the draw for many people. And you look at hitting a ball in the park, like all the different sayings that come from baseball are just so mainstream that it's
Hmm.
yeah, I think it's just easily to fall in love with it. And if you're a Mariners fan, you maybe not today. Like it's so a game that's built on failure, and it's really hard to overcome that. It's yeah, I just feel like everyone can kind of understand a piece of it.
I think about all the movies, the big movies that are embedded in pop culture. Like just think about Field of
Mhm.
Dreams, right? Can you explain to me why it is such an it's become such an integral part of culture even beyond the sport itself?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, and you just mentioned Field of Dreams. Like the whole theme of the whole, that thing is being able to play catch with your dad. And almost all of us can identify with that. We're crying watching a baseball movie based on just the connection to family in the game.
Yeah.
The last caller being dragged around to the ballpark with their
Yes.
brothers. And it has its own language. And when you get to be part of it, it just becomes a part of who you are. And like you say, we mentioned some of the sayings that are pretty mainstream, but it just is a whole understanding. And once you get started, you share it with all baseball fans and players. And again, I think that's all the connection. But yeah, the people that have gone to the Nat here with their dad, and I've been able to
Mm.
take my sons. I got to play there, I got to coach there, like just the connection, and it runs through the whole baseball community here. So it's pretty cool. So you look at why people are so excited. I think it's that grassroots connection and Baseball Canada at that level, like they do such an amazing job of getting kids involved and families, and it just becomes a part of you the rest of your life.